It really doesn't matter if you start a business or you're managing a team. You should have to have those leadership skills. But I won't tell you, leadership skills is not, like God gifted or something like that. You can gain that. You can improve your skill set to become a good leader or become a better leader. So that is why I decided to make this video to make you understand how to be a good leader in your industry by following the 17 steps. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, welcome to this video. I'm Hosni Ahmed. I'm an online and social media marketing entrepreneur. And if you're watching this video for the first time, if you're coming to my YouTube channel for the first time, if you want to learn everything about social media marketing and online entrepreneurship, you're in the right place. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. At the same time, if you're coming as a returning subscriber, welcome to this video. I appreciate that you're watching my videos again. So without talking much, let's talk about the 17 steps which you want to use to become a better leader in your industry. Number 1, manage your emotions. You have to know how to manage your emotions. When your energy went low, then you can't do any work you want to do. So you have to keep your emotions in a balanced way. Once you keep your emotions in a balanced way, then you can make your energy into high level. So if you're in a good mood, then you have good energy. If you are not in a good mood, then you will never have to have a good energy at the same time. So what you need to know is here, if you have a good emotions there, you can really collaborate with your team and you can become a good leader from there. But if you are not emotionally fit, then you are not energetic. At the same time, you are not like a good person to other people, because you will always become angry and you will always become low with your energy and you are never going to sync with your team. So that will really lead you to bad outcomes. So you have to manage your emotions if you really want to get the success you want as a good leader. Number 2, develop your skills. So whether you start your business, whether you are just leading your team, if you don't have the skill set to do that, then you're never going to be a good leader for sure, because you don't have that skill set. Maybe you are not born with that. Maybe other people are born with that and you are not born with that. But it doesn't matter at all, because this is a skill set anyone can improve, anyone can develop. So you have to know how to get the leadership skills you want. So you have to read more books. You have to get to know the other leaders and ask their consultation about that. And you have to get consulted by other people how to become a good leader and all those stuff. And you have to watch more videos about leadership. And you have to look at the senior leaders in your organization or in your niche. You have to learn from other people and you have to learn this skill set. If you do not have those skill set, you can't become a good leader. So this is why I made this to second place, because without building your skill set, you can't go forward as a good leader. So make sure to find good skill set, learning spot whenever you can, and learn those stuff and implement those stuff. At the time only you can become a good leader. Number 3, become a great communicator. Every single good leaders out there, they are good communicators. If you are not good at communication, then you can't get the results you want. Because every good leader should listen to other people, listen to your team. Most of leaders do this mistake in a big time. They try to order a lot of things and they are not ready to listen to their team. So if you are not listening to your team, then you don't have a team actually. You are just slaving them. You are not a leader. Leader will always listen to other people. You are not dominator or something like that. If you're just speaking out there, you are not listening to other people. You are just a dominator. You have to respect their opinion. You have to listen what they are trying to say. At that time only you can build up your puzzle one by one and you can get the better outcome than ever you imagine. If you can build a good communication with your team, at that time only you can become a better leader in your industry. Number 4, admit when you are wrong. So when you do something wrong, just accept that without thinking anything. Some people think accepting the wrong things, what they did, it's a weakness of their self, but it's not a weakness at all. If you want to become a good leader, if you want to improve your skill set as a good leader, and if you want to show to other people, I'm a good leader, then you have to accept that thing what went wrong. right? If you can accept that, you will eventually become a good leader for sure, because the person who are humble and open to their team, that person can become a good leader for sure, because the team members will understand you are a good person. That's why you open up, and that's why you are just accepting that thing what you did wrong. If you don't have a good gut inside you, you can't accept that wrong thing. So you have to make yourself confident enough to accept that what you did wrong. Number 5, learn how to spot the talent. You may have several type of people in your team, but if you don't know which person talented in which area, then you can't get the success you want. So you have to identify each and every person's skill set. It can be different by person to person for sure, because everyone is different in this world, and everyone's skill set is different, and the family background, the social background, the educational background, everything is different from person by person. So you have to identify each and every person's talent. So if you can understand each and every person's talent, then you can give the work according to that talent. So you can expect the good outcome if you do something like that. So this is what the good leaders do. You have to guide the people. To guide those people, you have to understand their skill set. You have to understand their talent. If you understand your talent, if you give the work according to what they really like, what they really can, then you can expect good outcome, good result for sure. This is what the good leaders do. This is the most important role, from my opinion, for every leader should perform. Number 6, be part of your team. You just can't be on the top and rule other people and tell what they want to do without you're working on that. Become a good leader is one thing. You have to work in that team. You are the team leader. You are not just a leader. So if you want to become a business leader, you have to work on that team. You're working hard as a teammate. You have to work with me too. So you have to let them feel like that. If you can let them feel like that, you can really get into sync with your people, and you can get them work with you on the go, and you can understand their strength, weakness, and how they feel and everything if you work with them as a team, right? You have to work as a teammate. At that time only you can become a good leader. Number 7, give credit when it's done. So this is the most important thing I want to tell you. Don't try to get every single credit to yourself as a leader. That's not a good leader actually, because your teammates are working so hard and you are getting all the credits. That is something really bad. It's not ethical at all, because they are working their head off and you are just getting the credits. It's not really good. So whenever someone did something good, you have to make them appreciate and you have to give the credits to that person. So maybe they did something wrong, right, in other ways. So you have to let them know that in a private way. Just don't try to point those, the weaknesses in front of other teammates. It's not really good. So when they have good things, just try to tell that in public, because that will encourage other people to make them work like that person. And that will really build up some jealousy at the same time. But in general, that will encourage other people to move forward and do the same to get that credit for themselves. Number 8, be a mentor, not a preacher. So when you have a lot of people under you, you have to guide them to get the success you want and develop their skill set at the same time. So one day they will become a leader in the future, right? So you have to lead them to get the success they want, get that leadership skills whenever they want, right? You have to mentor them. Just don't try to be a boss, or just don't try to preach them instead of guiding them. Because if you try to show off your boss face to those people, they are never going to feel you as a good leader. But if you can give them the guidance you want, become a mentor for them, then you can get the impression from them like you are a good person, you are a good leader for them. So every single leader out there who are good right now, they lead by good people. That's why they become good leaders, and they will create more leaders. So leaders will only create more leaders. Leaders only can create more leaders. So you have to mentor those people who are under you to become a good next leader. Number 9, invest in people. So you have a lot of people inside your team, and you have to invest your time with those people. You have to talk with them. Your teammates will know you are available always whenever they have problem, whenever they want to tell something, whenever they need you. You have to give time to your teammates because they are working for you and they are doing your work, they are accepting your guidance, and they are just following you as a leader. So you have to understand those people, emotions, and personally and professionally you have to do that. For that you have to give more time, you have to invest more time for those people. At that time only you can become a good leader for sure. Number 10, be flexible and give more freedom. So if you're not giving the freedom for your teammates and you're not being flexible with their ideas and what they have to say, then you can't get the results you want and you can't become a good leader at the same time. So every good leader, they listen to their people, they are really flexible, and they are just giving the people time. They're just giving, freedom to their teammates to work with them. You have to let them work for you in a freedom way. If you're not feeling the freedom when they work, they will not work as happy as they would, right? So you have to make them happy. For that, you have to let them work by their own, and you have to let them work for you in a flexible way. So you have to flexible enough to understand and accept their work the way they do. So you have to guide them always. This is important. If they are doing something wrong, you have to tell those people you are doing something wrong. But at the same time, you have to give more freedom to do their work and make it finish as soon as they can. So once you can give the flexible and make them feel freedom at the same time, you can get the good outcome from those people for sure. Number 11, be quick to praise. When something done in a perfect manner, you have to appreciate them as soon as you can. You have to give them the credits you want, right? You have to let everyone know this person made this in a successful way, and you have to appreciate that person. You have to make that person happy when they've done something good. This is really important if you want to become a good leader, because your teammates will work with you from their heart if you really appreciate their work in a good way. If you can appreciate their work all the time when they're done in a good way, they will work for you in a high emotional way. They will always listen to you. They will always follow your guidance. At that time, you can get the results you want. Number 12, stop micromanaging. Give space for them to work in their own way to make it success. The most of leaders try to put pressure on their teammate. You should work in this way to make this done. So if you can see the teammate can finish that work in other way, you have to let that person to work in that way, because that person will feel comfortable to make it work in that way. That is why that person try to do that in that strategic way. So you have to make them feel to work in that way. So, but if you try to pressure for your people, like you have to work in this way only, you can't get these things done. Instead of doing that, you have to let them work on their own terms. You have to let them, explore their knowledge with that work. At that time only you can get the outcome you really want to get. Number 13, have fun. Working stuff is really serious, but it's really pressure at the same time. So you have to know how to have fun with your colleagues. You have to know how to have fun with your teammates. So you have to make fun all the time with your teammates, because they have to relieve their mind. You have to go out of their work pressure so they can work more in the future. So you have to have fun with your team. Just don't try to rule them. Just try to, connect with them as a teammate. At the same time, just guide them in along the way. So you have to build a connection with them and you have to have fun with them, but you have to be a leader at the same time. Most of people will think this is really hard to do, but I'm experiencing that. I'm doing that right now. So I can tell you this is not really hard to do, and that will really helpful for you to get the outcome you want in a quick way, and they will really listen to you. They will really follow your guidance if you build a connection with them in a friendly manner. So you have to do that. I can promise you, you can get your experience into a top-notch level if you do something like that. Number 14. Recognize the gift of your people. Every single person different by person to person. So you have to understand how they are different and what skills that they have and what type of work they can do. What is the time frame they will take to finish that. So you have to understand every single aspects all the time. Every single person gifted by something when they are born. So you have to understand them. Maybe the speed, maybe the knowledge they have. They improve their skill set. So you have to understand whatever things they have, and you have to divide the work according to that. If you can do something like that, you can really become a good leader for sure, because you are giving those people what they really like to do, what they really can do. So you can expect the good result for sure. Number 15, hold people accountable. Everyone in your team never going to be responsible as you are, and they are never going to be accountable as you think. So you have to guide them, you have to hold them in the right track all the time. So if you can hold them in a professional manner, you can do your work in a short period of time. But if you can't get the responsible at the same time, just can't guide them to be, responsible and be on the track, then you can't get the results you want. So your people will never going to work on the same track what you think. So you have to always hold them on the track to make it done as soon as possible. You have to understand what are the things make them backward, so you can work on that to make it forward. So if you can do something like that, you can build your mountain for sure. Number 16, give trust to earn trust. So you have to trust your people. You have to trust your teammates. They can do that. And you have to tell those people, I really trust you guys. You can really do that. I really trust you. You can really make it work in a short period of time, or make it work in a perfect way. So you have to tell those people, you have to trust that person always. If you trust your teammates, they will trust you in return. This will really going to happen for sure, because they will feel you as a good person because you are trusting that person, right? So trust is really important in any factor. Trust is really important in any relationship. Your teammates will think like, okay, my leader is really trusting me, so I have to finish this and I have to make this work in a good way to make him feel better. So trust can make that person effective and make that person work in a productive way. So you have to trust them. At the time only your people, your teammates will trust you in return. Number 17, the last tip, lead with love and care. You have to look after your teammates all the time. You have to lead them with the love and care. You have to care about your teammates. You have to know their problems. You have to know their everything. You have to understand what type of mentality they have. At that time only you can lead with a good result, right? If you want to become a good leader, you have to love them. You have to care about them. At the same time, you have to understand their every single problem. You have to understand their every single point. So this may sound really creepy, because understanding their problem is not your problem. You may think something like that. Maybe you can't solve their problems in a personal way, the personal problems, but you have to encourage them to overcome that. You can build your connection between your teammate and you in a perfect way if you can care about that. So you have to understand what their needs and wants, and you have to provide according to their needs and wants. If you can do something like that, they will really work for you in 100% accurate way. They will build a connection with you. They will really love you in return, because they will really care about you in return. They will care about your business. They will care about your work, and they will take that work as their work, and they will work for you if you really love them and if you really care about them. So these are the 17 steps I want to tell you. Just follow these 17 ways to become a good leader, and just make it work. Just watch this video if you want to understand these 17 steps again, and implement those 17 steps into your life to become a good leader. When you implement those stuff, you can really get the outcome in a positive way. So let me know in the comment section what you think, and if you like this video, just give me a thumbs up. So if you like to share this video with other people, just share this video with other people who can get beneficial from this video. So if you're watching this video for the first time, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, if you want to learn everything about social media marketing and online entrepreneurship, you're on the right place. So just consider to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you want to learn everything about those major topics. So that's pretty much it I want to tell you. I will see you with another video. Until then, peace out.